Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG Ozone Skyblock Reborn server, hanging out here in my immersive engineering area, standing on top of this beastie here. This is my refinery, and I've been making biodiesel. Now, you may be asking, okay, why are you making biodiesel? And that's a good question. And to be strictly honest, I don't know, except chatting with some of the guys, getting into PneumaticCraft, there's a need for biodiesel to make some stuff, and you can either make the immersive engineering biodiesel or the PneumaticCraft biodiesel. And I looked at the recipes and I said, yeah, I'd rather do this. So I have. So I got this over here. This is the industrial fermenter, and since I've got these elite hopper botany pots, they go quite fast. These guys here are producing these glowberries, and I had two of them set up to pump into here, and that's making for me the ethanol. The best one would have been honey, and I was thinking, yeah, but I don't have honey. But I do have honey. It was after I set this up and let it run that all of a sudden I thought, oh yeah, I do have honey. I could make the honey. It's okay. This ran very, very efficiently. This over here is the industrial squeezer, and I set up a drawer here, or this is a chest here with industrial hemp seed. I have so much of that. I'm voiding it like crazy. But that's making the plant oil. And so I'd come over here and I'd chop these down, put them in place over here, let that suck in and generate 2 for 1, because, you know, 1 bucket of that fluid, 1 bucket of the other fluid gives me 2 buckets of the biodiesel. It's been working out very nicely. As you can see, I've got an entire tank. You know, that's 124 buckets of biodiesel. Didn't take all that long. Just set that up. One thing I did do is, and I should remove these, is initially I have up here just the starter gate, which is sufficient to power these up really, really fast. However, these cables, I think, transfer 128 or maybe 256. Not a lot of RF per tick, and some of these machines just suck that down super fast. So I did go ahead and make a bunch of these, the blazing gate, which I think that's the 3rd tier. This does far more than anything that I'm going to ever need. Here, let me break that. Yeah, see, this is 20K per tick of power. That's plenty of power, and that keeps these running perfectly fine. So that's just the old vestiges of what I used to have. Anyway, what I need to do is get things set up, figure out where I'm going to put up my PneumaticCraft. And you may be saying, okay, why do I need PneumaticCraft? Well, to get the let's plop into here, conduits. If I want, and I've got to see where they are no, not conduits. Okay, let's do EnderIO, because I'm looking for capacitor. That's the word. Capacitors, not conduits. To make the top tier capacitors, to make my few devices that I've got run faster, that right there, I need the capacitor from PneumaticCraft. And the problem with that is I need the pressurization chamber to make that happen. Plastic sheets, that slime is no problem. Copper I can do. Plastic sheets, we go down this rabbit hole. I can smelt down these things. I can smelt here. Heat frame, molten plastic. That's probably what I need to do. Oh, in-world solidifying. I can just pour out molten plastic and it'll solidify for me. But making this is where I need the biodiesel, and I need the thermopneumatic processing plant to make the molten plastic. So I can get that. So you can see the rabbit hole I'm going down. Anyway, so that's that. And then the other thing I need, if I go to ProjectE and I'm looking down the road to make the, here we go, the Philosopher's Stone. I need atomic alloy. That's the top tier mechanism alloy. I can do that. Graphic index, I can do that. Conductive alloy, can do that. Fluxstar, I can do all of that. A finished PCB. Okay, that I don't have. That's, again, is PneumaticCraft. So if we go into here, I can take an unassembled PCB and turn it into a finished PCB. Okay, well, how to make an unassembled PCB? An unassembled one of these, I need this machine process or an etching tank. Uh, Actually got some etching acid, so that's good. But I need an empty PCB to make that happen. Empty PCB, I need a UV light to take this and convert it. And again, right back to the pressure chamber. So I need the plastic sheets to sit there and make some of these, and then step to make the final ones. And then this can unlock this for me, which would be handy as I can start breaking things up and down and converting things back and forth with that. I still, to get to dark matter, other than the 4 that I got, I need to go to out into space, which I definitely want to do. However, and why do I want to go that route? Well, if I can make an alchemical chest, which, oh, looking at this, I can. I need to make the reinforced obsidian block. I've got these already. That I can make. I could make an alchemical chest. However, I need to convert that into an energy condenser. And for that, I need the dark matter blocks. What are this? Dimensional block. I can make dimensional blocks. That's no problem. But I need the red matter and the dark matter, and that's way more matter than I currently have. I need to get to space to make that happen. This unlocks the ability of turning things into other things. I can turn EMC stuff into stuff that I programmed, which is handy for making the higher end bits. Well, to go one step further than that, in ProjectE, I'm looking for, where's the tab? There it is. The transmutation table. I can sit there and start pumping the EMC in and then making stuff out from it. And I can make that. I can make that. I can make that. I've got those. Yeah, the only thing I'm really missing is the Philosopher's Stone. So that's kind of where I'm going. This is top tier end gamey sort of things, and so that's what I'm looking at doing. So I need to set up for me a. Wait a second. This is new. All right, what do we got here? Oh, hey, Future Grok, I heard you have wanted to do some PneumaticCraft, so I crafted up an island setting for you. Enjoy, and stop calling me a jerk. Pass Grok. Sometimes Pass Grok really is jerk, but in this case, yeah, Pass Grok has been a really good guide to me. So cool. I have a PneumaticCraft island here set up. I have no idea exactly, other than a pressure chamber, which is a 3x3, or I could make it bigger, but 3x3 should be fine. Other than that, I'm not really sure how much more I need. Maybe I'll put the 3x3 guy up here. All right, what's this? What's this? Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, okay. Let's grab all this. I kind of have an idea of one of the first things for PneumaticCraft is to make compressed iron. And to do that to begin with, you need an explosion. And Pass Grok gave me 2. This is a tiny TNT. Oh, and it popped right out. Huh. Let's try that. I'm okay. I'm going to take my magnet off because then I can sense all sorts of issues here. I've got. Oh, hey, there's some cobblestone here. Perfect. All right, let's take and do a piece of cobblestone here, piece of cobblestone there. Break that so we got the water again. Pick that back up. Can I place the tiny TNT against that? I can. All right. So I'm going to take the iron, drop that there in the water, and float it over to the other side. No, I want you to drop right there into the center. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay, so if I light this tiny TNT, I'm curious if that's got a big enough of a boom. It just went out, so that's obviously not worth it. I'm still very curious. Okay, let's go, since that's there, let's go over to the Twilight Forest, because I don't want to blow up anything here. Here we go. There's a lot of area of stuff of, I just don't care. So I'm going to take half of this stack and toss it there. And in that block, let's put the tiny TNT. I'm curious. Hey, I want you to be right there. Stay. I'm curious how much of an explosion that will be. And is that sufficient? Ooh, that looks like it is sufficient. All right. Here I I did 32 and I got 27 of them back out. Cool. Okay, let's home out of here. And let's try this. I'm not sure that past Grok tried this out, but we'll go with this. I'm going to put you here, and I'm going to, again, dump you there. Putting the TNT in water means that nothing will break because it contains the explosion. There we go. And we've got, okay, it looks like it blew up about the same amount. So of the 64 I had, I lost 10. Not that big of a deal. All right, I'm going to tidy up after myself because I don't really need the water here doing this. Oh, and I can put my magnet back on. That sounds like a very good idea. All right, anything more in here? Nope. And I just broke that piece of grass. Sorry, past Grok. It offended me. I had to break it. You offend me too. Be better. All right, let's take this and dump it into the system because I don't really need it here right now. One of the things that I have done this earlier. In fact, if we tab compressed, I've got the seeds for more compressed iron. At this point, what I don't know, I want that flint back because I want to put it into B. There we go. Just to kind of hold on to it. All right, so I have got compressed. Stop focusing on that. PneumaticCraft. All right. One of the first things I need is a book, and I just dumped the book into the system. All right, don't be so fast. If we look at the quests, not that quest, here, the first thing I need to do is make this manual, and that's just compressed and the book. So make me that. And I already have the compressed iron ingots. All right, so it's been a long time since I've done PneumaticCraft, and so I'm relying on this to kind of hold my hand and guide me to where I need to go. I need to make a thermopneumatic processing plant, and that's to make plastic. All right, and for this I need reinforced stone slabs, small fluid tanks, a pressurized tube. I need to make several of these. In fact, I could tell right now. Let's go doot and doot. We'll make 2 of these glass. I've got a lot more glass after breaking those things. Let's make 2 sets. That should be sufficient. And if we take a look at the quest, so I got that. I do want to make the 3x3 thing, and I don't need glass. I definitely need a pressure valve. I definitely need 2 of the input-output stuff, you know, 1 for input, 1 for output, and then a whole bunch of walls. Although it looks like it wants me to make a piece of glass, so okay, fine. I'll make one of these. Like I said, I think I'll make that in that one section. It doesn't. Oh, here's the compressor stuff. So now that I've got this, I need to make a compressor. Liquid compressor, air compressor. I definitely need to make an air compressor out of here. How do I make the manual? All right, so it looks like I just need to make a bunch of these various things, and I'm just not going to sit around and make a lot of these on camera because I'd rather lay them out, quit hitting the escape key. All right, time to make some stuff. What exactly am I going to make? I want to see if I can make that. I definitely want to make this, and then I'm going to need to make the manual compressor. Do I really need to, you know, stronger version, camouflage, blah, blah, blah. They go up to 10 bar. Oh, so I'm going to need some of the molten plastic over this to, yeah, there's no way I can do that yet. All right, so I'll see how far. I definitely need a manual compressor, see if I can make an air. I wonder, yeah, this maybe burns coal and this uses power. I don't know. We will find out, but I need some pressurization. All right, I have made a few things. Went ahead and got the thermopneumatic processing plant. Looking at the recipe, not too hard. This slabs is just regular reinforced stone. The small fluid tanks, not a problem. Pressurized tube, I already made those. So you're done. So that's fine. This, I decided to make some security upgrades. These should prevent my stuff from going kaboom with too much pressure. So obsidian and lapis, the security tubes making these pressure gauges, that should be fine. If we go back, escape, then out of here, made that. Okay, so I made all of these bits. Not too hard. Easiest just to one-to-one convert that. Stop hitting the back button there. The pressurized two balls, one-to-one with the tubes, and the gauge. I needed an input and an output. So having two of these together makes good sense. And then the pressure walls. This is just the reinforced stone 2x2 to make bricks, do that. Now you got 16, which is a nice doubling for that. So that's done. Manual compressor, not all that hard. This is just slightly interesting, that's there. I went ahead and made this the air compressor. So the manual one, I use my effort to crank it and it consumes hunger. This will actually consume solid fuels. So I assume, I also made this. I assume that looking back at the quest, I assume this one does power. But there's no way I can do this one because I need the advanced pressure tube, and for that I'm way off into this land and I don't have any of that. Anyway, so drove down. I could go with the liquid compressor, and for completeness I'll make that again with this, which I can use a burnable liquid fuel for it. Hey, biodiesel, why not? But I've got plenty of coal and charcoal, so that's not a problem. I went ahead and made this 3x3 area behind me, but it's got an issue here because if I look at this information, blah, 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 used to import output, it's redstone, it's on. Upgrades, here's where I'm thinking putting on this in here. Speed upgrade. Hey, it can't do security. I thought that would, I may have built that for nothing. Problems, it's not built properly. And what's that interface status? It's not built properly. And I went, it's probably this. It doesn't, a lot of these multi-blocks don't like having things in the corners. So put the pressure valve up there, finish up a wall here. There we go. So that's what it is. This now gives me, hey, it's all happy, interface status, it's importing items, that's what I want. So I can shove stuff in and do it. However, I don't want that. I'm going to break these things here. Because when I realized that it's got to be a block up, I said, well, I might as well go with the 5x5. Because let's put the valve down here. So it's buried one block down because now I've got these interfaces here where I can access them easier. And I think I'll put the in and out like that. Can I do that with a wrench? I think I can. Can I? Yeah, no, maybe not. No. Okay. So yeah, it looks like I have to do it that way. And then this, and I've got one of these pressurized. What's it? Actually, I don't need you. Yeah, you could go like this. So I need 6 more glass so I can kind of look in. So let's go get 6 more glass. I wasn't sure how many it would have and what would be left over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's my glass? There's my glass. All right. There we go. Nice. And that, if I'm doing this right, which is always a big if, should be complete. Yep. All right. So now I should be able to do the processing here. I want the tube. I'll put a tube. Click there. Where did I put? There's my thermopneumatic processing plant. I'm going to plop that here. So he's also getting pressure from my setup. And we'll do another tube for fun here. And let's do the regular air compressor. I'm going to put them over here. Yeah. All right. So I can put some burnable coal here and it should start putting, can you take a security upgrade? Yes. Okay. So that should stop it from going boom. Can you take a security? You can't. Okay, let's take you out. Can I? Okay, this. Oh, I need to make one more so it doesn't go boom. The pressure is building extremely slowly. Oh, it's extremely slowly. So that's okay. I need to figure out the things I want. I want to make this capacitor. That's right. I need to make the plastic first. So I need to use this doohickey. Okay, let's go click on plastic. I need to heat frame. No, 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 no. I need the plastic in world. There's the molten plastic. So this is biofuel into here to make that. Okay, so that's how I what I need to do. How much pressure does this really need? Looks like it needs temperature. All right, so if I've got my biofuel, there's my biofuel. I'm gonna plop that here. And I need a fluid tank or fluid conduit on it. So if I plop you like that, yes, you're only connecting here. And let's set you to insert and set you to extract. So you should now have the biodiesel is pumping into here. And this needs something to cook. And I don't think it's pressure that this is really using as much as it wants the heat. Or maybe, yeah, it looks like it needs some pressure. What are you problems? Not enough heat, poorly insulated, which waste heats. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to fiddle with that. Huh. It's getting a little bit of pressure, so it needs more heat by placing blocks next to it. Think of blah, blah, blah. So for right now, it's going to be inefficient, and that's okay. This guy definitely, oh, he's done. Let's do a smaller amount. Let's do some of that. What's my current pressure? 0.06 bar, which is pretty small. If I remember right, 1 bar is considered 1 atmosphere, which is like 15 pounds of pressure at sea level. You know, if you're dealing with pounds and if you're dealing with sea level. So I'm going to need a lot more because this here is bars. So I need, if I need something that requires 1 atmosphere of pressure, then it's going to have to spend a bunch of time cooking this up to do that. All right. So I've got you. You have no temperature. I thought you were going to heat it. Okay, I'll have to fiddle with that. I want to make another security upgrade just in case my pressure goes way too high. And I also need to grab the I've got particles in there. I'll have you know that having this golden oak leaves, you know, this tree here from the Aether does absolutely nothing good for my hay fever. With all these particles flowing through the air, yeah, it's not so grand. All right, should do nothing in there. All right, I need pressure to build up, and I need heat here. I'll have to look and see whether or not I need an actual heat source, or if that charcoal would work. Because it kind of looks like it, you know, would work here. If I do this plastic, let's look one more time at this. No, in world, because there's my molten plastic. Yeah, I wonder if I just need. I wonder if that's not fuel, if it's just something else, just an additional component. You know, biodiesel plus this carbon will give me the plastic. So in that case, I'm probably going to need something that will raise my temperature, which means I'm going to have to read my book a little bit more. Oh, chunk loading safety. That's why I was talking about, you know, keep everything in a single chunk, which is really good. Another reason why I moved it from there, if we look at the chunks, that was just barely in the chunk. And now this, everything, all the pressure and everything is in the same chunk. That's a better deal. So that's another reason why I moved it over to here. I think I've got a working system. Well, that's a real good question. So here's what I've got. I put the processing plant here for the fluids, and it needs heat. That was the problem. And if we look at the heat, it's got heat. What I did is I realized, well, uranium should be hot. I could do a block of lava or a magma block or something like that, but I put uranium underneath. I put it initially on top, confirmed that it heated up. This also says, we had no valid ingredients, who cares, heat. Heat, blah, 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 blah. It was complaining that I had some air spaces. And so I went ahead and put it underneath. It complained about this being a space, and so I put instead the conduit here to push it up, and now it doesn't complain about having any air spaces around it. So that's fine. The heat from below is heating it up just fine. I routed this air compressor over to here to kind of block it up. I initially thought, looking at that looks like heat. No, it does not. It is not heat, but it is an insulation block. The uranium is what did it. Anyway, the other thing I did is I went ahead and made this a pressure tube, and it's now emitting a redstone signal of 2, which, yeah, that should work. The first one, and now we hit 1, that's 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I think 4.5 should emit a signal of 9. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should then turn this redstone repeater on, and I have this set to be enabled on a low signal. Right now it's got a low signal of none, but this will become a high signal of 15 as soon as the redstone goes around. So this should, once I get 4.5 bar, it should shut off. That's got a security upgrade. Yes, no, not you. That's got a security upgrade. That's got a security. So even if the pressure gets really high, they should all vent pressure before exploding, which is good. This little trick I saw on a wiki, and I said, oh, okay, that works. I'll definitely do that. I need a bucket. Let's grab a bucket. So a bucket of that, and a bucket over here. Oh, so as soon as it is melting, it drops off into there. I thought I would need a lot more. Cool. Okay, so then that gets me some of the plastic sheets, which is good, but I would like this to go faster for me. Let's see how much more room in here. 26. I need 6 more, and this goes pretty quickly. And yeah, it looks like the charcoal does absolutely nothing for heat. It's just a source of carbon to turn this into plastic. Okay, it's Minecraft. We'll go with that. So that should give me 32 buckets. So I'm full here. Break that. I think, turn this into a bucket mode. No. Oh well, let's give it a quick go. Can I just right click you there? It just drops. Nah, that's not what I need. What I do want to do is I want to make this cold. So if we go back to here, back to plastic, I can smelt these various plastic blocks. No, I don't want to deal with that. But this, the heat frame cooling. I can put a tank in a frame that's cooled, and it'll give me the plastic sheets. But I need to freeze the stuff. So here's a setup after a little bit of playing here of what. That's a weird double set of temperatures there. Anyway, I've got a chest in here. It supposedly has a negative 273 degrees, as well as a temperature of 18. Go figure. The trick here is this: the vortex tube and a heat sink and a manual compressor. So if I just sit there and manually press this up to get some more, then this is sucking down the temperature. Why there's 2, I don't get it. But now it's in cooling mode, and so I could drop it in there. But I don't want to keep pumping this, so I'm going to break that, and break that, and break that, and there's my frame, heat frame. All right, so if I come over to this side, I'm going to pull out some power from over here. However, okay, not power. I'm going to pull out the pressure. That's the word I'm looking for. Put a block here, put the chest there. All right. And then this vortex tube, I think if I crouch click it against that, yes, the cold is going to the chest and the heat is going this direction. Where's my heat sink? All right. The heat sink goes over to here. So that will help pull the temperature across. And let's get the frame on this. Doink. And it's just getting a little bit warmer. It does have cooking 69 because I was playing with stuff. I had this reversed and it was putting heat into the chest, which is not bad if you want to cook stuff. I don't want to cook stuff. I want to, you know, cool things down. So here's where I need, oh wow, I'm down to 3 tubes. Let's go boink. And so now this, yeah, the temperature is definitely dropping like crazy as this is using the pressure to pump the heat out into here and out from here. Kill. All right, so this I'm letting it get cooler because based off of what I read, the colder it is, the better the chance is of getting multiple items from the cooling. Because if you take an ice cube tray of 12 slots and you put your water in there and you've put it in the freezer, and if it's extra cold, you don't get 12 ice cubes out, you get 13 or 14 or 16, because that's how physics works. Okay, maybe not. We're getting really cold if we're negative 200 degrees C. Where's my container? There's my 32 blocks. I've got 2. So let's go ahead and drop you in. It's looking like it's doing some doubling there. Well, hey. Oh, wow, it's really cool. Okay, okay, let's pull you out. So it's done. That's 8, and it gave me 12. Not bad. Okay, so we'll let this cool down a lot more. Let's grab those sheets. That's not bad, actually. If I take you, rather than dropping all of you in there, if I really want to, I could do it bucket by bucket. Let's wait till it hits negative 200. That really warmed up fast. But, you know, yeah, you like the sound? That's the blood moon in the background. You got that little hiss, which I don't think you're going to hear too much of it, but possibly. We're getting close to, that's close enough. Doink. Yep, that gave me 2. And what's the temperature now? Yeah, I think I've got so much biodiesel, I really don't care. I'm just gonna let this go ahead and convert. And as soon as it chills below the -1, it's able to create. Yeah, it's just gonna cycle around here for a while. It's okay. I'm only getting 1 sheet at a time, but do I really care at this point? Answer, no. I do need 16 of these because I'm going to make 16 of these capacitors. For that, I need 16 slimes of any sort and 16 copper or gold nuggets. Well, I'll go with copper because I hardly use the copper. And this needs 1 bar of pressure, which we've got the little dancing bars in there, and it's 1.16. So we've got sufficient. You can see there's the copper and that. I tried just interacting with the interface. No, I've got to have something to interact with it. So I'm going to drop 16 of you in there. It'll do 4 because that's this. And I don't know if it does more than 4, but it's fine. Now it should. Oh, it already processed and pulled it right out. So this is going, it went down 4 hundredths of a % of pressure. So not bad. And went down another 2. So this will go ahead and craft, and even if I don't have sufficient pressure, say I'm at 0.9 something, this crafting won't happen until I hit the 1.0, and then it'll go. So it's not the fastest of things, but that's okay. I think I've got almost 16. All 16 are done. Yay! So now I can go ahead and upgrade these. I can do I need some transistors. I'm trying to remember what I need the transistors for. Oh yeah, finishing up the PCB. Is there anything else? No, just finishing up the PCB. I think this is a good beginning. This is going to do what I need for right now. And do I have anything left? I have nothing left in there, but we'll take that there. This will chill this down a whole lot more. I'm going to put you, crouch click you onto this. I need 32 more, so I need more charcoal. And I'll make me another tank worth of plastic. All right, charcoal. Let's grab half a stuff. I've got coal, but I'll use the charcoal for right now. Right, hey. So you get 32 in there, and that should give me 32 buckets in here. It says it's empty. This is the part where I need to configure because I moved it. You become an insert and not an extract. There we go. 2 buckets of plastic already in there. How are you doing for fuel? I'm going to give you more fuel. And yeah, it's at this point, I think this is a stable setup. It's not chunk loaded, which is okay. I don't need it to be chunk loaded. I'm just AFKing on the server and hanging around here enough that this will work. Woohoo! It's working. Wow, that's too close. So, PneumaticCraft, it's way smaller than either I or past Grok was thinking this was going to be, which certainly works. I've got more room back there with the rest of the island. Not sure what I'll do with that there. Maybe a little hut of some sort so I can store some of the plastic, the precious plastic I'm making. But I definitely want to use some of that in other crafts. Because there's stuff I'm gonna need. Still to do the PCB boards, but I'll deal with that later. I'll hand that off to future Grok to do. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here, playing on the FTOG Ozone Skyblock Reborn server and having a blast here with PneumaticCraft. I don't know if I'm going to do much more with PneumaticCraft than this. The PCB boards, but more than that, I don't know. But this is a pretty good setup for me right now, and that makes me happy. And thanks for watching.